Main reason is they're always match up against each other, safety versus tight end. Another thing is, I remember last year in week 2 where Derwin James body slammed Travis Kelce.
And Houston is a over 500 record away and under 5 record at home, which is weird.
This year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
definitely not in 2017, but this year, yeah.
This year.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another BTR podcast.
Before we get started, please like, comment, and subscribe, and help us get to 200 subscribers by the end of the month.
We're at 187 at the moment at the time of this recording, so that's 13 away. One a day, we should be perfect on average.
Yeah, hopefully.
But and make sure you guys also follow our Instagram and TikTok and YouTube Shorts, because that's where we drop all our NFL power rankings, our preseason rankings, all our ranking videos. Very quick ones are going to be over there. So subscribe to the YouTube or the YouTube Shorts and follow. Help us get to 200 followers on Instagram as well. I think we're only at 150. I don't even know, honestly, but just help us get to 200 there. Twitter, we could have updates there. Just up the follower account, and we'll get that more tweets going out for sure, or posts or whatever Elon Musk called it. Last thing, audio listeners, if you prefer to listen on the audio, any audio platform you guys have, just search up the podcast, download the episode, and give it a 5-star rating if you enjoy it. And I'm going to do this again. If you're on the audio platform and you're not driving, make sure you guys
go to the
YouTube, watch it for a bit, like it, comment something if you want, say that you're from the audio. Give it hit the subscribe button. And on the flip side, if you guys are watching or listening through YouTube, go to the whatever audio platform you guys are on, download the podcast, and give it a 5-star rating. All right, let's see if this helps. Count up. Like, I don't know. It might. You know, Brussels might help us out here a little bit.
Maybe when you start being more desperate.
Before we continue as well, NBA tier list video should be coming out this weekend.
Probably Saturday. It's
already filmed, recorded. So as long as there's no tech issues like the NHL one, we should be good.
So Saturday.
NBA season preview. Excited for it. We'll be out on Tuesday. We'll be still recording that. That one will consist of our season predictions, what to watch out for, coaches getting fired, award predictions, etc. NBA I'm excited for because I'm watching through the wire a little bit, and even just myself thinking when I'm on the SkyTrain, etc. It's just like the West is going to be the hardest thing to predict because there's 4 teams that are not going to make the playoffs, and there's 11 teams that are at least minimum playing, which means one of those 11 teams is going to miss, and it's going to be, I don't know. Hopefully we don't have the same list so we could actually have some differences and argue. But it's
a lot. That's
for Tuesday to worry about, and us to record on Monday. Last thing, once again, we already mentioned this. We released our guest video with Amr, guest podcast episode. with Amr Mandir, however you guys like to pronounce it. AKA Jasmine Mander's older brother.
Yeah.
But no, Amr, a great guy. Just check that one out. He's doing well so far. It's going to be on YouTube forever, so make sure you guys check that out. And we are filming with a guest this coming weekend as well, so that should be out the following week. Hopefully all that works out well, and we should have another guest video coming out, and then let's see if we can get an analyst soon as well.
But let's get into the sports.
Right. Let's get into it without further ado. Just, up to you. Do you want to go to NFL or do you want to
NFL,
or do you want to go MLB Playoffs because we just finished ALCS?
NFL. We'll go NFL.
Screw baseball?
First. Huh?
Screw baseball?
No, just only one game today. If it was 2 games, then I would okay.
Well,
there'd been something to talk about
as well.
I mean, to be fair, MLB Playoffs been they haven't been the greatest this year compared to the years past,
season. Huh? Neither has the NFL season really.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Let's go week 6 recap. Let's go back to Monday Night Football.
Because I want to talk about the game a little bit.
I do too.
Yeah. First of all, Dallas, Dak Prescott.
First of all, your prediction was 99% spot on. The only thing you got wrong was the 3-point and 4-point lead thing.
Yeah. So was it Dallas got the go-ahead points? Was it go-ahead field goal?
Yes.
Right. So I was expecting a go-ahead touchdown or something. And then and I said Dallas, the defense would come up with a big play. Micah Parsons sack. Next play, Stephon Gilmore interception.
I miss Stephon Gilmore.
Yeah, I do too. But No, I mean, simple as this. Dak probably played one of the better games that I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
He outplayed Justin Herbert.
Yeah, which is a little surprising.
It's weird seeing Justin Herbert. Because, I mean, like, okay, to be fair, all the guys who got paid aren't really playing up to their expectation. Jalen Hurts isn't. Joe Burrow isn't. I'll be honest, Herbert isn't, because Herbert finds ways. Herbert gets some wins like early on as well, right?
He has 2 and 3, so it's 5
Yeah.
games.
But still, I don't think Herbert's been Herbert.
There were games where like Miami, he was. I think there were games. I think the defense is.
I think there were flashes.
We'll talk about Herbert in a second.
But
stay with Dallas very quickly because
Lamar. I don't think Lamar has been up to his game as well.
Yeah, I mean, out of all 4 of them, Lamar and Herbert have been the best. I think the other 2 haven't, especially Burrow. But then a lot of that is also injury. But again, back to Dallas very quickly.
Good bounce back win.
Good bounce back. CeeDee Lamb, he got targeted for once.
He gets involved, right? Like, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, I don't know. Like, sometimes they move him out wide. Sometimes they move. I think he's better in the slot, personally, because he's so good at route running. So I think the best way to get him involved is to keep him in the slot. But obviously, if you need a big matchup out wide, you got to put him out wide. But otherwise, like, I'm just impressed by Dak's performance. I'm not saying, like, it was, like, you know, the superstar performances that, like, you know, he carried the team. But, like, to be fair, this is what Dak needs to be in order to help Dallas win.
Yeah.
Right? Make some plays, you know, be a playmaker type guy, don't like not a superhero, and just don't turn the ball over.
Yeah. I mean, let's go to the Chargers. What killed the Chargers was penalties. That I think it was the third
Even
quarter.
Cowboys had some penalties too.
Yeah, but the third quarter, they had like 4 offensive holding penalties in a row or something like that.
Actually?
Yeah. Or like within the same drive.
Yeah.
Put them out of... I think they converted a big Keenan Allen play. Was just short. I think it was 3rd and 1. And holding. And
it was an ugly game, right? Like, I think I remember Dallas having a muffed punt. Next play, Stephon Gilmore pass interference leading to a Chargers touchdown.
Yeah, it was a sloppy game. But the one thing with... Okay, so my question to you is... Okay, so this is Justin Herbert's overall numbers. Is he's 68.7 completion percentage.
In the game?
No, overall season.
Overall, yeah.
101.7 rating.
Yeah.
9 TDs, 2 interceptions. Obviously a costly one there. 1 fumble, which was not lost. And how many touchdowns did I say? 9 to 2. Overall, game-wise, I think he did well in the Miami game, Tennessee game, Minnesota game for sure. That was his best one.
Yeah.
Vegas, it was a letdown, and Dallas was not his best. But my question to you is, how do you rate Justin Herbert? Because I've seen... Now, he's my favorite player. I'm a little biased. The thing with him is people are saying that he's maybe not a clutch guy, which I kind of disagree with because he's had comebacks in the 4th quarter, like that Vegas Chargers.
But he's also left a lot. He's left a lot. The other thing is... Miami game, he had a chance of winning it. He didn't do anything.
Do you think he gets away with a lot just because do you think we protect him too much that... Whereas we cook Dak, right? We cook some of these other guys a lot more than Justin Herbert.
No, Herbert's rated perfectly fine in my opinion. Just in general, because like he doesn't have the right coach for him, right? He's doing whatever he can to just make him just play good, right? And he's like you said, the Raiders won 2 years ago. He freaking clutched up that game. I remember. Last year, he took the team to the playoffs. And then this year, I could kind of say it's a little bit more on him.
Slow start, for sure.
It's a slow start. But me, personally, Herbert's still a stud. He's not looking probably 100% like himself. But at the end of the day, like, I do believe Herbert is, like, more of that guy than Dak is.
My guess is people are saying that he should be considered in the Dak category or whatever. I don't agree with that. I think he's a top 10 quarterback, top 7, right? And you couldn't stop me if I'm being biased here, but yeah, I think it's more on the coaching side of things. Like, yeah, he's gonna have an bad game here and there. So this one was probably his bad game.
Yeah, it was a bad game.
The Vegas one, sure. So maybe 2 in a row he had bad games, but that Minnesota performance was insane. 40 for 47, right? And
they played Vegas.
Yeah, they played Vegas.
So that was their second one. Yeah. So they're 2 and 3.
They lost to Vegas. If I'm not mistaken.
No, it was 0 and 2.
They lost.
No, they were
Minnesota was their second game.
No, it wasn't. It was 0-1 Dolphins, 0-2 Titans. Then it was they beat the Vikings. So who was their second win? That's what I'm asking.
Oh, okay. So it was Raiders, yeah.
Yeah, so it was the
Never
Raiders.
mind.
Yeah.
I thought they lost to the Raiders.
No. They beat the Raiders.
I mixed them up with the Titans. That's
yeah.
why. I just think like ultimately he's fine. Can the weapons? He still has the weapons. It probably sucks like they're injured. Keenan Allen's having a great bounce back here.
He is for sure.
But the thing is I'm always gonna go down to Staley, right?
It is.
The difference between we're gonna get to the Saints soon. When we talk superlatives for some stuff and next week's predictions. The difference between Dennis Allen and Brandon Staley, Dennis Allen is still doing well defensively.
Yeah.
Yes, his overall head coach acumen isn't the greatest. I get that. But defensively, which he's known for, they're fine. It's just their Saints offense is shit. This guy and his timeout calls are brutal. Staley's fourth down, whatever.
Ultra aggressive
at times. Because he's not play calling, which is fine. But then your bread and butter's defense. You have an elite pass rusher when healthy. You have not an all-time great, but like one of Khalil Mack was once upon a time considered the guy, right? Before
the current, he's still
current studs.
He's still showing flashes.
But no, but I was saying he was the best, arguably, in Oakland back then when it was Oakland, right? Before he got traded to the Bears.
Yeah.
And then obviously you couldn't make J.C. Jackson work. I don't know how much that's on J.C. or your scheme, right? I'm not gonna say like it's not just.
He might just be a Bill player.
Yeah. You have Derwin James on the back end. You have Asante Samuel, who's solid, who saved a touchdown. As well. But the other thing I noticed was a lot of missed tackles, which I can't blame Staley on because like Joey Bosa missed a few there were so many missed tackles.
It's a
Sebastian Joseph Day,
Staley is the overall like the
problem.
Big problem. But at the end of the day, you look at the whole team, like you look at it as a whole, right? Jacksonville, yes, it was on Staley, but the offense stalled out too. If you think about it that way as well.
Yeah,
because like when Jacksonville started scoring points, Chargers, Herbert didn't, right? At the end of the day, he didn't answer back.
You gave your defense a 30-point lead.
Obviously, it's the defense, right? But like at the end of the day, you look at it as a whole, right?
No, for sure, I get that. But that one I have to blame defense more because you did give him a 30-point lead.
Yeah, no, but like you could still point out what Herbert didn't do as well.
He could have still carried on.
He didn't have to stop.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's it for this game, really. I just hope, Chargers fans I don't know if curses exist or not because we've said that with Indy last episode.
A lot of injuries.
But Chargers are.
But I feel like this is one of their more healthy years compared to the years past. Chargers.
Yeah. Because like Chargers next up, like next week's games when we get to it, it's gonna be hard. Like
it is hard to predict. Games
and they're hard to predict.
It is very
my
hard to
pick-ons
predict.
are tough. I couldn't do.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
He's got the Chiefs next, right? So, again, that could be one of our upset alerts, but
it can be. Yeah,
we'll get to that soon. Going back, that was the only game we needed to really recap.
Yeah, that was the only game. It was a good game, right? It was one of the bigger games.
Yeah.
On paper, and so.
Superlatives?
No, let's go Thursday night quickly.
We already did. You want to go into Thursday night right now?
Yeah.
No, I say let's finish.
Oh yeah, fine. Then
finish the recap.
All right, so we're gonna head into that biggest disappointment.
So,
I mean, yes, there's options.
I'm going with the Saints still.
But yeah,
I'm going with the Saints. It's probably my last time talking about it. We have a family member that's a Saints fan, so I see his tweets and retweets or posts or whatever you want to call it on Twitter /X.
He's not happy.
Yeah, he's not, right? I don't know how much you've talked to him outside.
Yeah, he's not happy.
No, because listen, there's still one of the easiest schedules remaining based on like what they should be. And let me just pull it up quickly.
But that's the most disappointing part.
Yeah, because what Detroit's doing right now is what I expected the Saints to be doing.
Yeah, but like not maybe at the same level.
Yeah.
But like the thing with the Saints team is like, yes, if you barely I would understand if you're barely beating the bad teams, right? But the thing is, you're losing to them.
You barely beat the Titans. You barely beat the Panthers.
I don't mind. You barely beat the Titans, whatever. Yeah, you
barely beat the Panthers.
Yeah,
you lose to the Packers by a comeback.
I don't understand that. I don't understand this Texans L, and I don't.
You got destroyed by the Bucks.
I don't understand the Bucks L.
Okay, then you destroyed the Pats or Patriots. Then you lose to the Texans. Listen, Texans. I believed in them. You know that too. I was like, I had them third in the division. I thought they were a better team. This is kind of expected from the Texans. Now they probably exceeded a little bit of my expectation.
They're exceeding.
But your team has Derek Carr, who I still believe is a good quarterback. I'm not saying he's a guy you could win win a Super Bowl because of. You could win with him with that.
He ain't that guy.
But you could still with that defense. He's enough
with
to
that
win you a Super
defense,
Bowl,
yeah,
to get you to a Super Bowl, right?
And you have decent weapons.
You have
right?
Kamara back. You still lose. You have Taysom Hill who could do everything. Not obviously at elite. You still have Olave. You have Mike Thomas. You have but I don't know who your OC is. I've never heard of it. Him.
Yeah, right.
That's the other issue. But I don't like the play calling is brutal. Like I'm looking at them. I'm looking at the Patriots. I'm looking at the Steelers. More so the Steelers than their Saints. Like they're like, are they the carbon copy for you in a way?
It's funny how like the Patriots are worse without
Whoever the play caller was last year.
Patricia.
I thought it was shared duties with Joe Judge. I don't know.
It was Patricia or something, man. Like it's funny how they're worse
How are these guys this bad? Like your defense has Marshawn Lattimore, Tyrann Mathieu, Cam Jordan.
I don't understand. I'll be honest
Marcus May, right?
I'm surprised as you are. Like how poorly they're playing because their schedule is easy. On paper, they're the best team in that division, and they're not playing like it.
They're not. Like I think Tampa's still leading the division, I believe, and
and then
for the Lions.
Falcons are still in the conversation.
Yeah.
Right. Obviously, Panthers are done. But like.
Yeah, they're my disappointing team.
The fact that
I'm still shocked.
I'm surprised that you're not running away with it. Like
the fact that that was your schedule to start off with, and then you're still playing. You're playing the Jags next. You're playing us. You're playing the Bears. You're playing us, meaning the Colts, the Vikings, the Falcons. Like they're I don't see a team where they could lose. Lions maybe now.
Jaguars and Lions.
On paper, they should be matched up evenly with the Lions.
They should be.
I'm talking about like before the season when we were looking at the schedule.
On paper, yeah.
Not now, but even now, I could be like. The Jags and the Lions are the only hard teams they're playing, realistically.
Yeah, that's only two teams.
The Vikings ain't shit right now either. They're probably the same level as the Vikings, if anything.
I mean, we don't know how long Jefferson's out for as well.
Exactly, right? And we don't know if Kirk randomly gets traded or not. But, for me, it's the Saints. I don't know. Like, Dennis Allen's probably got to go at the end of the year. He's a good defensive guy. Make him a DC somewhere. Bring him back as DC. I don't know. But you need to figure out your play calling. Bieniemy was available. He could have. I think Bieniemy would have been a perfect fit here if it was really.
He would have done
if he wanted
there.
to cook because he had pieces all around.
And Bieniemy's coming off a win.
So for me it's the Saints. I'm just riled up because we thought they should be like a 13 and like 4 team contending for a bye. Yeah, because 13, that's how easy their schedule.
Yeah, around like
division
11 to 13.
Yeah.
But anyways, I said they're going 6-0 in division.
Yeah, 12.
I was like, they're not now, but
not anymore.
But yeah, my disappointment is obviously, you could say Niners, but I'm going with the Eagles because the Eagles didn't lose anyone mid-game, whereas the Niners lost McCaffrey and Debo.
Yeah, and the Niners, they had a chance to win it still.
Yeah.
And they missed a field goal.
This is a missed field goal, right? Like, whereas Jalen Hurts threw 3 interceptions. Credit to the Jets defense, with Aaron Rodgers' injury, they've still been balling out. And credit to Zach Wilson, right? Like, he's doing what he's supposed to do, right? He's not going to be Superman and, like, carry them to a win. We all know it's be Brees Hall and the Jets defense. But Zach Wilson is coming into his own a little bit where, like, he's understanding his role and he's doing well. But, the Eagles, like you said. Like you've been saying it, like, they haven't really had a statement win. They haven't really beaten up. Like, the teams, the easy part of the schedule is done.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and it's going to get harder and harder.
Those should have been steamroll wins. Like, I know when we do our power rankings, they're like, why the hell do you have the Eagles 5th or 4th? Wherever I had them, the one they're still undefeated. I'm like, I'm just not convinced. Like, it's like when you watch them, they got by. I get it, but I have the Chiefs higher. But like for me, it was because at least the Chiefs beat up on a team. Yeah, I get it. It's the Bears, but they still beat them up. These guys didn't like. Yeah,
Tampa. I'll give them Tampa.
Yeah, but like,
I'll give them Tampa.
That's fine. But like everyone, when you watch them, like this game, they have no business losing.
No business losing.
No business losing, right? So there have been a disappointment. Now the difference is they're 4-1, unlike, and still. But like you said, the hardest part of your schedule is still coming, and you're 4-1. So they figured out a way to win.
You got Dolphins this weekend. You got Niners coming. You got Chiefs rematch from last year, and it's gonna get harder.
I mean, you're right because technically they should be 5-0 at this point, which is technically
6-0. 6-0.
We're 4-1 right now. Oh, they're
5-1.
Right
yeah, 5-1.
Yeah, so they should be 6-0. Realistically, you know what? It's a fair record. Is it as simple as they play to their level, like their other opponent's level? Or are they going to level up now that they're playing these? If that's the case, true too, that's right? Good.
A lot of teams do that, right?
So, I mean, at the end of the day, if that's the case, then sure, you scraped by a win. Didn't look impressive. now you have to shut every critic up because you deserve to get criticized.
Pressure's on now.
Yeah, you deserve to get criticized because at least you're 5-1, which is the good part out of all this.
You better hope it's like you're playing down to their level. Yeah,
that's it.
But surprise.
Oh, before we continue, just shout out to that Chargers fan.
Oh yeah,
Pat McAfee somehow. Yeah, Pat McAfee's a legend. Somehow gets it.
Just gets it.
And then
on.
she get like I have to look at the clip because then she gets like criticized because she
For
was
being
wearing a Vikings jersey.
Or like,
And then I don't
also
know what
being
the story is, but yeah.
also being like ultra passionate.
Yeah, I mean I don't care about the ultra passionate.
Yeah, I know.
Part,
like she got criticized for that too.
Yeah, I didn't even like she was wearing a Vikings jersey. I heard one thing that it was because her son plays on a team called the Vikings or something, or she's from Minnesota, but then became a diehard Chargers fan in LA. I'll listen to the Pat McAfee clip when I get to work. But apparently she's a sweetheart. Boston Connor was pissed. Who's on the Pat McAfee toxic table?
Boston Connor, baby.
So yeah.
Surprise team of the week.
I was gonna go Jets, and I still might stick with that because actually no, yeah. I feel like we're gonna swap. I don't want to say Houston again because I already said the game.
But yeah, no, we already talked a little bit about the Jets. But if you want to,
I'll go with Jets. Like clutch play, defense is. That team is just proving that you're a quarterback away. And if Zach Wilson could hold his own, and hey, Aaron Rodgers is clearly making
already throwing footballs.
So if he could hold his own, and I don't know.
It's not happening.
I think it's too good to be true.
It's too good to be true.
But he is the type of guy to make it happen somehow. Now that's how technology has advanced. So medicine has advanced over the years.
Yeah.
But I have to go with the Jets, right? Everybody was like, go get a different quarterback, blah blah blah. You ain't gonna score points. Now, granted, they figured something out because they're running the ball a little bit more, I believe. This was without Sauce Gardner.
That's true.
This game was just big. And your defense killing it. So, yeah, shout out to Jets.
For me, obviously, I could go with Jets. I could go with the Texans. But when Deshaun Watson was out, I gave this team no chance against the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah, that's an obvious one.
And PJ Walker found a way to beat the best team in football. Yes, injuries played a effect. And yes, Moody missed a couple kicks. But at the end of the day, their defense, Myles Garrett, Depoy candidate, probably Depoy favorite so far.
I think he's motivated to win it too.
Yeah, Zadarius Smith really opens up his game as well on the other side. So the defense,
McLeod had a good game.
Their defense is nuts. Like we know, from the additions I've seen them in the offseason, they improved. But like the way they're playing right now is like one of the better defenses in the NFL.
Yeah,
like clearly top 3, and they ain't 3, or maybe they ain't even 2. But PJ Walker's undefeated.
Yeah.
PJ Walker's undefeated.
They got the Colts next, so let's see what happens. But
we'll see if will Deshaun be back by then?
I haven't heard anything.
They're coming off a bye before this game as well. But yeah, the Cleveland Browns.
Fair, yeah. Everything's wide open right now in each division.
It is, bro. This is an ugly season. It's a very ugly season.
Crazy. No one's running away with anything.
No one's playing clear. Yeah, no one's clear cut.
Is CJ Stroud running away with it? I guess rookie of the year. I guess you could. I think. Bijan and Puka, it might regress.
Puka's gonna fall off because Cooper Kupp is still Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, but no one's running away with any. I guess Detroit, based on division.
Yeah, that's true.
And
Detroit.
Then Niners in a way, but nothing cemented.
It's ugly.
Yeah.
It's just ugly. But yeah, Thursday night football, quick styles is gonna be Jags and Saints.
Oh, shout out Nathan Rourke, 53-man roster. I think it's mainly. I don't think there's any news on Trevor Lawrence because he did get hurt in the Indy game on his knee, so it could just be simply that if he does get hurt or he can't continue, then they at least have a guy as a backup. It's not like in case something happens to Gabbert, right? Is playing Gabbert?
Yeah, I think so.
Then they at least have a backup to him.
Yeah.
Some San Francisco shit won't happen in the playoffs to them.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I mean, obviously I'm not hoping injury at all, but hopefully if they win by a blowout, he gets a chance instead of Gabbert. But yeah. Yeah,
for sure. But I ultimately went with the Jaguars. They're coming into their own now. Last 3 games, they've been playing the Jaguars football we expected them to be playing. Trevor Lawrence is playing good. ATN is beating himself in fantasy. And
he quit fantasy now.
But yeah, it's basically they're just clicking now.
Yeah.
Defense has been good as well. Run defense against the Bills was really good. No, James Cook didn't do anything. Run defense against the Colts was pretty solid itself.
To the point where Gardner Minshew threw it 55 times.
yeah, that's someone on the Colts as well.
Yeah.
And Steichen, it wasn't Steichen's best game, but yeah, dominated the Colts like they should be, and beat the Bills, tough team to beat, and beat the Atlanta Falcons.
Okay, so yeah, I went with the Jags. Saints, you have to convince me though. Is there an upset? Probably. Based on this, the Saints are the favorites. -1.5 means they're the favorites.
Yeah.
I think they were the favorites on Yahoo when we were doing I just did my pick'ems right now. So I think they were the favorites still, which is kind of surprising to me. I understand it's in New Orleans. So this could be an upset potential for me, but I think the Jags should be the favorites, and yeah, I think
I mean, if both teams play to what they're supposed to be playing, it should be a good game.
It should be a good game.
Yeah.
I wanted to pick the Saints bad, but I'm like, they let me down too much.
I genuinely can't pick them right now.
Let's talk about other games. Let's start with some news first, and then we'll lead into that. Let's go to Indy right away. So a couple of things. Indy's playing the Cleveland Browns, like we mentioned. Indy, two big news. One, Anthony Richardson has opted to do surgery, and he on his shoulder, the grade 3 AC sprain, is officially out of the year. And I'm fine with it. Like they're taking a safe approach. They don't want no Andrew Luck situation. Now the difference is with Andrew Luck, he had literally no protection. He had Anthony Richardson.
He needs to slide, I guess.
He gets to slide more, be smart, so he gets to at least watch on the sideline, and watch other QBs. And yeah,
it's not like a fully lost season, right? Like he's still gonna be involved with the team, and a lot of people are like he should sit. So I guess you gotta do a mix of both this year so far. But ultimately, playing is what's gonna help him get better. He was
fine. Like there was nothing.
And he was fine. There was nothing wrong with him. Like
he only threw one pick.
Yeah, and
he had a lot of inaccuracies. That's fine.
Yeah,
but
in his
CJ
first
Stroud
game
too. It's not like CJ Stroud had any. CJ Stroud's throwing like 70%. So
yeah, but. Yeah, simple as that. Like, I mean, he experiences both. They're just like it's in a kind of reverse order.
And I guess he'll watch the playbook more. Maybe he'll watch other QBs and see how they function, how they slide.
Like it sucks. He's not gonna be playing. Like it's the worst thing that could happen. Don't get me wrong, but at the end of the day, you're still gonna be learning.
At the end of the day, it's a lesson learned because now you know not to take unnecessary hits. You know now the speed of the game, like that concussion was unnecessary for him. Yeah, and you just know when. You don't need to be Superman all the time in terms of like I need to hurdle you or I need to jump. Like you have the speed to run, which is fine.
Not every play is do or die, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So he'll learn that hopefully, and we'll go from there. And Josh Allen was injured his rookie year, wasn't he?
I don't remember.
I think he was one. Either
Joe Burrow got injured rookie year.
But yeah, that too. But I think it was Josh Allen. Maybe got hurt for a little bit, not saying for the whole season or anything like that. And look at him now, right? And that's who they're kind of comparing to a little bit. So
I mean, yeah, similar playing style, kind of.
Second big news kind of stings defensively. Grover Stewart, 6 games PED suspension, and apparently it's because he ate something that had it. It's not like he purposely took anything.
Yeah, it's like
for all we know, he could be bullshitting, but I don't think so.
No, it's legit because I think NFL
said something about Chinese food.
Yeah, like meat and stuff from like
meat,
China.
Yeah.
And Mexico could be contaminated with some sort of thing
that is banned.
So
maybe that's what happened.
Yeah, they put a reminder out for that, and yeah, like I mean, at the end of the day, like you're wrong, like you messed up.
Yeah.
Right. Like I'm not gonna defend you here, but it's a mistake that a lot of people can make.
Sucks for him because he's unpaid, so he's losing money, and it's a contract year.
Yeah, and it's a contract year. But like yeah, same thing happened with DeAndre Hopkins. I think same thing happened with Tatis, and yeah, just like a mistake that. Honestly, like you shouldn't be making, but like you could see why it happens at the same time, right?
So does the bye week include as a 6 game?
It's a game.
So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's back against the Bengals on December 10th. So he's missing Titans, Bucks, Pats, Panthers, Saints, and Browns. Games maybe we could have used him to win.
Obviously, because he's a big part of that D line.
Yeah. So,
but
overall game against very quickly.
Over the Browns.
Can Gardner Minshew bounce back? And it'll be tough. The O-line has a tough battle ahead of him.
Myles Garrett, Zadarius Smith.
Yeah, and then
not easy at all.
Rodney McLeod was part of your defense last year with the same system, so there's that. So offensively, can Pittman get going from the start? Pierce might be injured. I don't know what his status is unless you looked at the depth.
I didn't see it yet, but right now it's not looking.
I picked
great.
Indy to win, but
I mean,
if it's PJ Walker, I trust our defense. So I expect it to be a low-scoring game. But the thing is, with no Grover, Now the good, not good for. I mean, the good news for the Colts is Nick Chubb ain't playing.
Yeah.
Not saying that in an insensitive way, but like I'm cheering for anything. But Kareem Hunt's still decent, and whoever the other guy is,
Ford. I think Jerome Ford. Or
but he's like,
that.
and he ain't anything crazy either, right? Like if it was Nick Chubb, then I
But
was
at the end of the day,
Overstreet's a huge loss. I think they could still be fine. Defensively, Juju is coming around. Yeah, he got cooked a little bit, but for the most part, he has a lot.
I mean, he had the numbers.
He
right?
had the numbers.
He got the tackles.
He has
He
tackles
got
and pass breakups. And
pass
got his first pick.
breakups.
Question is Jalen Jones, right? Because Amari Cooper might be on. He might have the assignment with either Kenny Moore or Juju Brents. But yeah, we'll see. Overall, yeah, that's my take.
Yeah, I mean, PJ Walker playing. I expect low scoring. Both backups are playing. Issue is turnovers. Like who's gonna turn over the ball more, and that's what cost us. That's what cost us against the Jaguars.
And can we feed him actually this time? And
can we feed the running backs in general?
Yeah,
right? Like,
JT,
it doesn't have to be
I just want
JT.
JT maybe get some screen passes. Not all these stupid check downs all play.
Yeah, that was annoying.
I want to see more screen plays. Because I know
and take some shots downfield.
Yeah, he's capable of it.
Like Minshew,
He's made some
good throws.
He made some great throws to
like
Pitt
every pass in the first half, I swear, was like less than 5 yards, like air yards. But yeah, so that's Colt.
Next big news: Eagles sign your boy for the year.
Hopefully he's healthy.
Wide receiver Julio Jones.
Hopefully he's healthy.
The reason why Joven officially loved wide receivers in football a lot more.
Yeah, Julio Jones in his prime was something else.
Yeah,
he
so
genuinely
that's big.
was.
He's partnered with AJ. He's probably like he's reunited with AJ Brown.
Yeah, he
from
is.
Tennessee.
Yeah.
But then he's probably like the third or fourth option. Obviously.
Yeah, probably like fourth.
He had a stint with the Bucks last year and he was decent. But yeah, and let's talk about that game, Sunday Night Football, which is good because we actually have a good Sunday Night Football game.
So that's our collective game of the week, probably.
Yeah. Dolphins Eagles battle of 5-1s, high-powered offense versus a pretty good defense. On the flip side, a pretty good defense also gets a pretty good offense. The edge goes to Miami.
Edge goes to Miami, yeah.
Because of the coaching. Like, I trust Mike McDaniel play calling.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Defensively, I don't think Gannon has been totally missed, so I think they're fine there.
Also helps on Jalen.
Sorry, that's for the Eagle side. But, no, because here's the thing, right? It's weird because the score dropped who are you the most disappointed with, right? For the Colts, it was Alec Pierce. For Miami, I think they said it was Vic Fangio.
Yeah.
Because they said the defense is just the offense is out so high power. Like, look what happened in the Bills game. The offense was contained and the defense kind of...
It did not look good.
So that's the question here. How can you... And then Jalen Hurts, obviously maybe the loss is a good thing for that team. Maybe coming this week, so they're not stagnant either.
Yeah, that's true.
So they could figure some stuff out and test that defense. So let's see if Vic Fangio is a true defensive mastermind like he was forecasted to be.
Yeah, like the offense was definitely hiding the defense's weaknesses.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the defense kind of showed up on some plays. For example, for game 1 against the Chargers, the last drive where Herbert's not back on the field. And that game, it kind of felt like which offense had the ball last was going to win.
Yeah.
But the defense stepped up, got a couple sacks, and closed the game out.
Here's the thing, though. Tron Armstead is IR, right? So, and I like the Eagles pass rush.
Son Reddick could be feasting.
Jalen Carter.
Fletcher Cox.
I'm looking at the name here. So, Achane, big loss because he had a good week.
But Mostert killed it again. It doesn't matter. They're set, like, everywhere, offensively.
Where's Jalen Ramsey's name?
Bro, speak up.
Jalen Ramsey's still in the IR, but I think he could be back.
I think he might have been practicing, but I don't think he's back this game.
But wait, anything else about this game?
No, I mean like a battle.
If I go for a pick, I picked Miami.
I picked Miami too.
Philly's the favorites because they're probably at home. That's the main reason.
I trust Miami more, and also it's a kind of a battle of Alabama quarterbacks as well.
Yeah.
Jalen
Hurts got replaced by Tua.
Yeah, Tua replaced Jalen Hurts in the final. So we'll see what happens there.
Kyler Murray, I think, could be activated off the IR
this week.
I'm not sure about this week. It might be like a JT thing.
Yeah.
But I saw a post where like he could be. Yeah, he's quite. No, he's not questioned. That's a different guy.
It'll probably take a couple weeks still.
He's still on the PUP, but I think I saw a thing where he could be activated off IR. I don't know about this week or just.
I doubt it's this.
It's not this week. Hell no,
it can't be this week.
But I think just he won't be out for the year. I think is what they're
saying. So he could play then.
Any other another game I want to talk about very quickly, so we don't pick this in our thing. is Detroit-Baltimore.
I picked that in my thing.
All right, let's go with it. Game
All
of
right,
the week.
so my game of the week is Detroit-Baltimore. Both teams have good defenses. Detroit's vastly improved from last year. Aiden Hutchinson is in the conversation of Defensive Player of the Year as well. And the offenses is my question mark here. Obviously, Lions have been cooking offensively, but did they really face a defense like the Ravens yet? I don't think so. They did, right? Tampa Bay's is good run defense, but overall wise, not the best. Seattle, the team they lost to, they should have won that game anyways. Chiefs defense was pretty good, but they had no Chris Jones, so that's a question mark there. So I think might be their offense's first true test. But the Baltimore also has a lot of injuries, so I don't know who's out or in because that's where you're gonna check right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, and the other one is like, it's a genuine question now because like Jared Goff's been playing so good these last couple of years.
He's in MVP conversations.
And he could genuinely like it's a genuine like we don't know who's gonna outplay. Is Lamar gonna outplay Goff or is Goff gonna outplay Lamar? But if you asked this question 3 years ago, you're like, obviously it's gonna be Lamar outplaying Goff.
Again, Ravens won this week in London. I was gonna say the way they lost the other week could be Apparently, also OBJ fought Jeffrey Simmons in London.
Actually, that's not a fight that like I expect him.
That's
to
what
win.
a report came out today.
But
CJ Gardner-Johnson IR, by the way.
Yeah, that's what it was. He was for Baltimore. I think they might be back. Some of the defensive guys.
Baltimore, it is Clowney's questionable IR.
But
Marcus Williams questionable.
So they're questionable before they used to be out. So we'll see what happens there. But like I think this might be the Lions' first true test against a proper defense. That's my takeaway
like
from
week
this.
1, I don't think KC's defense like elite.
They still balled out. They balled out.
They did. I'm not saying that, but for a week 1 game compared to like
Baltimore, but Chris Jones wasn't there.
Yeah, so
like I give full credit to the Kansas City Chiefs defense in week 1.
Yeah,
but Chris Jones wasn't there.
So this is the one. I went with the other game of the week.
Chiefs Chargers.
Divisional game. Chiefs ain't looking great either. Chargers ain't looking great. Now Chiefs have their division's number in general. Can Herbert bounce back? He usually does well against.
They're good games, but
Mahomes always edges it. Now
yeah.
Speaking of Kansas City, another trade. McCole Hardman is back from the Jets to the Chiefs for a late round pick. And hey, they need weapons. He's familiar with that offense. He's a speed guy, so he could be your deep threat. Him or Marcus.
They're trying to turn back the clock.
They're trying. They have to, because like nothing's working offensively ever since. Like I said, I think they need a better wide receiver.
You still need better, yeah.
But we saw what happened with Tennessee. I showed you the clip of DeAndre Hopkins getting up when the guy who muffed the punt sat down beside him.
Yeah.
So people are projecting him to be a Chief, even though I said he should have been a Chief through contract wise. But no. That's my game of the week because of that. It's a divisional game. Can Chargers bounce back?
They produce.
They're 5-1. They're 2-3. Yeah, so it could be 5-2 and 3-3 going into it. But
they produce. They produce a good game.
Yeah.
The Chiefs and Chargers do produce a good game. But yeah. So next up, player matchup. You just said it, one of the games. Derwin James versus Travis Kelce. Main reason is they're always match up against each other. Safety versus tight end. Another thing is I remember last year in week 2 where Derwin James body slammed Travis Kelce.
Oh,
do you remember that?
Yeah, I think so.
Derwin James to me is like the only one that's done pretty decently one-on-one against Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see that matchup again as well.
Okay. Mine isn't really, it's not a head-to-head matchup.
It's like a position.
Position versus position.
I feel like where you're going with this.
TJ Watt versus Aaron Donald.
Okay, so you're going like that. Like
I want to see who gets more sacks or more quarterback tackles.
To be fair, both O-lines aren't the best.
So I want to see them feast.
They could both feast. They could genuinely feast.
The Rams are the favorites. -3 favorites.
So you want to see like a Max Crosby against Packers feast.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
Both sides.
Both sides, yeah.
They're both monsters, right?
Who's gonna get more sacks?
Steelers, Rams. Again, I don't trust the Steelers' offense in general, play calling wise, and who knows? He could.
Yeah, my pick is the Rams. Cooper Kupp is absolutely balling.
Yeah.
And
but yeah, that's my matchup.
They're healthy. Like their O-line was a bit, like I said many times. O-line was a quick question mark, but yeah, the Rams are proving me wrong for sure. But yeah, last one is upset.
Okay, how are we considering upset? Does it have to be by the betting books, or how do we, like, for example, Jackson and Saints?
I consider Chargers an upset win.
Do you consider a Saints an upset win?
No,
Never mind, because that's the one I was gonna go with.
I consider Chargers, but not the Saints.
I think that because I think Jacksonville's like a tier better. That's the only reason why.
But you could say it like
Because the Saints are the favorite, but I don't think there should be a favorite in this. With how Jacksonville's been playing the last 2-3 games, right?
Yeah, my ultimate pick was the Chargers, but
That was one of my picks.
That was one of, but like if I went bold, I just have this feeling that Seattle's gonna mess up this weekend.
My buddy doesn't want to.
I just have this feeling that Seattle might cut it too close with Arizona.
I can't see that. Seattle's defense is there.
Yeah, but it's just like, it's a trap game.
Yeah, no, fair for sure. If Justin Fields was playing, I could have said Bears and over Raiders.
But the only reason with the Seattle Cardinals for me is Seattle's coming off an L against the Bengals.
What's more of an upset to you, Saints or Giants? Giants are playing the Commanders.
They're both equally shit. Like
Commanders are minus 3
equal
favorites
level.
on the road.
I mean,
Commanders are favorites on the road.
Yeah, I don't know.
So ultimately, you know what? I think the Jags are a much better team than the Saints, what has been shown so far. So I'm gonna say the Saints as an upset.
Okay, yeah, I mean,
Like I was debating. I didn't pick the Saints, but I would have picked this. I was heavily considering picking the Saints to win this game.
Yeah, I've just had this weird feeling of the Cardinals. Reason why I'm not like fully confident with it because Seattle's coming off an L against the Bengals.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, they might just be like pissed
Outside
off.
of your the Chargers pick, which is a fair one because minus 5.5.
It's Cardinals.
It's the Cardinals. Like, how much do you really want to put on it? Like,
I'm not putting anything on it.
No, I'm just saying in general. Like, if we were to put money on an upset, but yeah, like I'm not going by the book. I'm going by my personal thing. Like, I'm surprised that the Jags aren't the favorites. That's all.
Yeah.
But if I'm going by the book, then I'm gonna go with Giants.
Okay, yeah, then.
Because I could see the Giants beating the Commanders. Let's be
Yeah.
real. That defense feasted last week. The
Yeah,
Giants
that's true. That's true.
So
Yeah,
that's
they
a
did.
factor
They
there.
did. Yeah.
And that O-line is shit. So
Yeah.
that's the reason why.
But yeah,
I'll just make it simple for everybody. I'm going with the Giants.
I'm going with the Chargers. I could see them winning, obviously, against the Chiefs. But if I'm picking a bold one, if I'm like, just going absolutely wild, I think Cardinals.
Patriots.
Cardinals. I have more faith in the Cardinals than the Patriots.
Oh yeah, Patriots playing the Bills.
Exactly.
Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, that's it for NFL.
I don't think I'm missing anything. Let me just double check. Yeah. Okay. I think
You're not missing anything.
Okay.
And let's move on to the MLB playoffs.
All right. NLCS, or do you want to go to?
We'll go ALCS. First of all, Texas is undefeated streak is over in the playoffs, and it's because of Max Scherzer.
I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised.
Listen,
Yeah.
this is the perfect game for Max Scherzer to play because they're already up 2-0.
Yeah.
I was listening to Adnan Verk this morning, and he was saying that it was probably better to him to start game 4 and try to go 3-0 up with who's the other, Montgomery? No,
It would have been Andrew Heaney, I think.
I don't know, whoever it is.
Because Montgomery and Evaldi already pitched 1 and 2.
Whoever the fourth guy was. I don't think it was Heaney, it was someone else. But like I said, I don't know. Like Scherzer's a Hall of Famer. We all know this.
He's getting up there in age. As simple as that.
I was like, I would have preferred him out of the bullpen. I'm saying preference. I'm not saying what they were gonna do, because I know you were against and not a preference.
I'm not against it. I'm just like, it's not gonna happen.
So for me, but then
It wasn't gonna happen.
I was not surprised that this happened. He's coming off. He's old. Houston is like needs a win, and Houston is a over 500 record away and an under 5 record at home, which is weird.
This year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
definitely not in 2017, but this year, yeah.
This year.
Yeah.
I wonder if the people who watch baseball,
yeah, if they know, yeah.
AKA trash cans. Yeah, like it was like a trap game-ish type of thing. Like if you want to say it like that, it's a playoff game.
It's not a trap game.
Like I'm saying that is that vibe. Like it's like you're up 2-0, you're kind of coasting, you're at home. So
There's like screw it. We'll just throw a injured injured Scherzer.
Like
in
I'm
there.
not saying it's a trap game. I'm saying it's like that vibe of a trap game.
I just felt like they needed just something to get by, right? And they feel like
they almost made a comeback.
They feel like Scherzer was their best chance to get by, compared to other pitchers. But
they almost made a comeback.
I think John Gray came back today in the game. He wasn't good himself.
Yeah, injured guys.
Both injured guys coming back weren't good.
Altuve had a game.
Jordan Alvarez, but the play of the game was, even though it doesn't matter at the end,
I didn't see that. I need to see that. Let me see that live. Let's see you guys get a
let's
live
see your
reaction.
reaction.
You talk.
Leody Tavares, absolute home run robbery off of Jordan Alvarez. That's a moment where, like, because I remember Josh Jung in the bottom half hit the 2-run home run to break the 5-0 to make it 5-2. And then instantly after that, in the next inning, Jordan Alvarez got robbed by Tavares.
I just saw Brantley.
Brantley had a second play too. That's kind of changed it too. That kind of like flipped it back into the Astros.
You know what it reminds me of? You don't remember this guy, Jim Edmonds. I think is his name, from St. Louis back in like the mid 2000s.
No, I don't know.
He's a center fielder and he was so good. Those Cardinals teams with like David Eckstein, Scott Rowland, Albert Pujols and them.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what kind of that reminded me.
But yeah, so like, yeah, it's an insane catch, insane play, and like that moment was like, Texas is they're like, okay, they might come back, they got life. But then Brantley made the play in the next inning, which kept it at a 5-2 game. Then after that, John Gray allowing runs, and Alvarez another big single, I think, to make it like 8-4 or whatever it was. And then Astros just flipped it back into. That's like, today's game was just like how you could just Astros experience showed.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
Yeah, for me, I'm still on track with the 4-2.
Yeah, like I'm still picking Texas, but I'm just like, talk about the game itself. It just felt like Astros they never panicked today.
Yeah,
when all that stuff was going down, right? They just continued to play their game. And one more thing was, I heard the commentators make a point about this. They're like, they should keep the walls all of that size so like they could see more of these home run robbery plays.
Yeah, no, for sure. But then but the whole point is get your own home field set up.
Yeah, right? You get your own advantage.
Like Houston has that weird little divot thing.
Yeah.
To go around. Like who made the catch? The 21-year-old.
Evan Carter.
Yeah, like he said he had to like go feel the wall.
He had to go around the wall. Yeah.
Next game, my prediction, I think it'll be 3-1, 3-2, and 4-2. That's how I think it ends.
I think I went 4-3 Texas.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just 4-3 Texas.
But if it goes 7, I'm switching to Houston. But yeah. NLCS, not a surprise.
Not a surprise. I mean, little surprise of how poor Zach Gallen was, but at the end of the day, Zach Wheeler is that guy, bro.
I'm not
Aaron Nola is that guy, and ultimately, I'm not surprised at the end. But the only thing that got me off guard was Zach Gallen just getting absolutely brutalized in the first inning.
I expected this. I'll be honest with you. Like one game to be a beatdown and one game to be like okay-ish.
The funny thing is,
Phillies are home.
Funny thing is, Merrill Kelly pitched better, and the beatdown happened in game 2.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
Kyle Schwarber woke up.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Like
Bryce Harper. I feel like Bryce Harper. How much are you like Bryce Harper is motivated because he left and that's when the Nationals won. And he's on a thing where like I need to win one, or I look like an idiot.
I mean, he did definitely looked like it then, but yeah, no. Trey Turner is killing it. Like Schwarber woke up. Castellanos is having a good postseason, which he didn't have last year, and yeah, I know I made a weird ass. I don't know what the hell. I mean, nothing much to say. Like I said, 4-1. I said 4-0.
I said 4-1. I think Diamondbacks will get one at home, and that's it.
Yeah, it's tough. Your 2 best pitchers are gone. See who you have after that. Whereas the Phillies still have Ranger Suarez.
How much? Okay, so I have a question for you. We love a good underdog story, right? Like at the end of the day, we want an underdog to win. But when that underdog goes far, and we've seen it in March Madness, we've kind of seen the World Cup and stuff. It's like, okay, let's just, for example, 2018 World Cup, Croatia.
Yeah.
Right? I was like, I want Croatia to win and win it all if they do. But I don't see them beating France. And ultimately, I was right. France destroyed them.
Yes, France.
Right? So that's why I was rooting for like Belgium, France. I know they've ended up playing the semis.
So you wanted like a better final.
I wanted like, yeah. So in this case, as good as Arizona's doing, and I'm rooting for Arizona to win it all, because it's an.
But you ultimately would have rather see like Dodgers.
I would rather see like Phillies win, obviously, but I would have rather seen.
You'd rather seen like Dodgers,
Phillies Dodgers,
yeah,
or Braves Dodgers, whatever the case may be.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, Philly's a dominant team. This is one pick I was fully confident in was that Philly's going to be back.
Yeah.
In the.
I mean, to
they're
be
gonna
fair,
back.
even if the
the
Dodgers,
moment they signed Trey Turner, I was like, yeah, Phillies are back.
I feel like the Dodgers would have hopefully put up a better fight than the Arizona Diamondbacks, but Phillies would have, like your point of pitching and stuff, Phillies would have dominated that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like for me, it's like if I want to see an underdog, I don't want to be let down. Like they're gonna get a moral victory no matter what. We see it in March Madness all the time. Loyola Chicago, I think, right?
They always get like when they lose, they get like whooped.
Yeah, like, that's what I hate.
That's
I don't
the
wanna,
worst part.
Like if you're in the final, at least make it a game.
Yeah.
Like Croatia, France, that's what pissed me off about
It was a 5-2 final.
4-2, 5-2, something like that.
It was 5-2.
Yeah. So that I love a good underdog story.
Oh no, I think it was 4-2.
At least like what the Cincinnati Bengals did.
It was 4-2, I think.
Yeah. At least what the Cincinnati Bengals did.
Yeah, Bengals
okay,
played the
that's
game.
fair.
Yeah.
Like, it came down to the last couple plays of the game.
Rams needed a winning drive.
Yeah. So, it was a stop by.
Yeah, no, but like Rams needed that touchdown to take the lead.
But yeah, like I don't mind seeing that. But yeah, even though it might be a little bit of a letdown, but yeah, like in this case, I'm like, gosh, I hope it was someone better than Arizona in a way. But yeah, that's me.
Credit to Arizona, but Phillies are too dominant. They're built for the postseason. They've been there last year.
They're more than ever.
They know what it tastes like, but they didn't get the. They know the taste, but they didn't get the whatever the word is, but yeah. So like they didn't get the job done.
Okay, next up, Gold Gloves are announced. Not the winners. Sorry, the nominees. So the Jays were tied with
Texas Rangers
for the most ones, which makes sense. Because those are people saying, the Jays have 5 is a strict defense award.
It was
the Jays were one of the best
pitching and
defenders.
defense. That's what the Jays' identity was this year.
What surprised me, though, was 2 things. One, Alejandro Kirk made it, but not George Springer, because I feel like that outfield should have been together as a trio.
Yeah.
The second one, Aaron Noda wasn't even nominated.
I guess Cardinals were that bad.
He won the last 10.
Yeah.
He was not nominated in this one.
Cardinals were that bad.
Very quickly, pitcher, Jose Barrios. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Sonny Gray, Pablo Lopez. Catcher was Adley Rutschman, Jonah Heim, Alejandro Kirk.
Yeah.
We're not gonna make predictions because we ain't gonna talk out of our ass on this.
Yeah,
we're gonna be straight up with you. We only watch the Jays mainly, unless we caught some highlights of crazy.
Yeah.
First base, Rizzo, Lowe, Nathaniel Lowe, and Ryan Mountcastle. So no Vladdy this time.
Yeah.
Second base was Mauricio Dubon, Marcus Semien, not a surprise, Andres Jimenez.
Mauricio Dubon?
What is it?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Third base, Matt Chapman. Not surprised, but like Jose Ramirez and Alex Bregman.
Yeah.
Okay, if Matt Chapman got robbed last year, this year I won't be surprised if he doesn't get it. But he better get it.
This year he doesn't deserve it, but last year he deserved it.
But I want him to get one now.
Yeah.
Before he ends up.
But yeah, outfield don't even say any.
Shortstop.
Yeah, before you go shortstop, yeah.
Anthony Volpe.
Yeah.
Corey Seager, and I saw him make a crazy one today.
Yeah.
And Carlos Correa.
But yeah, before you go to the outfield, Varsho and Kiermaier should be locks.
Okay, so left field is Austin Hayes, Dalton Varsho, Stephen Kwan. Center field was Julio Rodriguez, Kevin Kiermaier, Luis Robert Jr.
Yeah.
Right field is Kyle Tucker, Adolis Garcia, Alex Verdugo. And utility is Marcio Dubon, Zach McKinstry, and Taylor Walls. Why is Dubon here twice?
Are you sure it's Dubon in second base?
Mauricio Dubon. And Mauricio Dubon, Houston.
Yeah, okay, that's weird. I think Dubon's.
I think Springer needed to be in here. I think that Blue Jays trio had to be there together.
Yeah, no, but
now I get it. Varsho's a lock. Like that one's a lock.
Kiermaier's a lock too. They both led the league in the
Kiermaier's injuries might let him down.
Yeah,
slightly,
defensive run saved, bro. Like
Varsho was
the plays
leader.
they made. Like yes, I didn't watch much other baseball, but I am very confident that Varsho and Kiermaier should be the Gold Gloves.
If I had to pick one, for sure, Varsho.
Yeah, Varsho is probably like my one. Kiermaier at 2. But yeah, so that's NL side. Just quickly, I guess
pitcher Jesus Luzardo from Miami, Zach Wheeler, and Taiwan Walker from Philly.
Wow, yeah.
Is he not pitching? I never heard his name once.
He might pitch Game 4 then.
Did he pitch at all this postseason?
He didn't have to. They didn't need him.
True. Catcher Patrick Bailey from San Francisco.
Gabriel Moreno.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I'm mad.
One of the best. He
was a young guy too.
Very good at catching people stealing.
That's why I'm surprised Kirk made it. So no way it's like
because Kirk got exposed by that.
JT Realmoto.
Yeah, Hiromoto is always there.
Danny and Johnson, by the way, your boy always gets a snub because of the injuries.
He's always gets hurt.
Carlos Santana, Milwaukee. Freddie Freeman, Dodgers. Christian Walker, Arizona for first base.
Yeah.
Second base, Ha-Sung Kim. I think he's always there.
The Padres.
Yeah. Nico Horner, Cubs. Bryson Stott. Philly.
Yeah.
Third base, Austin Riley, Atlanta. Ryan McMahon, Colorado. Brian Hayes, Pittsburgh. So, again, I can't comment too much. Shortstop, Dansby Swanson, Chicago. Francisco Lindor,
Yeah.
Mets. Ezekiel Tovar, Colorado.
Yeah.
Left field, Ian Happ, Cubs. David Peralta, Dodgers. Eddie Rosario, Atlanta. Center field, Brenton Doyle, Colorado. Michael Harris II, Atlanta. Alec Thomas, Arizona.
Yeah.
Right field, Mookie Betts. Fernando Tatis Jr., who was a shortstop converted there.
Mookie Betts played second base a lot this year.
Lane Thomas from Washington.
Yeah.
Utility, again, Mookie Betts.
So I guess that's why, because they played multiple positions.
Mookie Betts, Ha-Sung Kim,
Yeah.
and Tommy Edman.
They probably played multiple positions, that's why.
Holy shit, I'm congested. My bad if my voice sounds weird there. But yeah, those are the nominees. Like I said, we're not making predictions unless you. Yeah.
But there's only two predictions we made: Varsho and Kiermaier.
Yeah. I didn't need to watch anything else. I knew those
And
guys.
Brios has a chance to.
Yeah.
Brios is a good defensive pitcher.
Okay, that's it for baseball. We're gonna go into some quick fire. Off the bat, let's get it with soccer's back this weekend. So get ready for some Man United rants probably, because a lot of injuries, and we obviously have the whole fiasco of the ownership.
And
So get ready for some.
we're
They
usually
have extra security for a reason this
it
weekend.
makes sense. And
Next weekend though, just a quick preview: Manchester Derby. Now that could be utter shit for us.
probably will be other shit.
There's El Clasico.
Yeah.
There's the Milan Derby. And
Yeah.
there's one more, but I'm sure like some of these soccer pages will post it. I
Yeah,
saw it
yeah,
today.
but like it's a big weekend.
It's back. International England officially qualified for the Euros.
Yeah,
And yeah, I think that's mainly it. The next one, you want to do UFC predictions right now?
yeah. UFC predictions. It is.
So there was a little scare that happened to not be true. Kamaru Usman is fighting Hamza Chimaev, 11-day notice. He was doing media workout with Justin Gaethje because they're in the same like gym or team or whatever. And supposedly based on lip sync reading and whatever, Gaethje said, "Are you good?" He's like, "I heard my knee pop," and then he just left.
Yeah.
Now I don't know if Usman's saying that's bullshit or not. He still wants to
Usman saying is bullshit.
But again, we don't
But
know. How much
we don't
of
know
it
the
is.
real story, right?
Yeah.
He could be fighting injured right now. We don't know.
Yeah.
But,
If that's the case, he shouldn't fight.
yeah, but or the media just made up some
Yeah, one or the
just
other.
clickbait stuff, you know.
I ain't gonna. Okay, we'll predict those two fights. Ankalaev is fighting. He's a big favorite. It looks like here.
Yeah.
He's the one that should have
light
been the light
heavyweight, right? Yeah.
He's versing a Brazilian Walker. But Hamza Chimaev versus Usman, I predict. I don't know.
I'm going with Chimaev.
Stoppage or
Full, like, I don't think it's knockout. I think it's just going to go to distance. Chimaev might edge it out for me, personally.
I think Chimaev's gonna win.
Yeah, I think Chimaev's
I
going to
don't
win.
even think it's an edge. I think he'll win because he's been heavier longer, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll go Chimaev submission.
Okay, yeah. I think it goes decision.
Let's go bold. I'm gonna go bold.
I'm going to go
He's
unanimous.
12-0 as well.
Yeah,
So.
unanimous decision. And what winner?
Yeah, it's either submission or unanimous decision.
Winner of this gets Strickland, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
Chimaev. It's just Chimaev's time.
Lightweight. So obviously, like we said, Volk is coming up. Called up 11-day notice again. We had the little debate. I think
I'm scared for Volk. I'll be honest with you.
I am too because I feel like he needed a full camp for this one, but that's why I said everything's on Makhachev because it looks bad if he loses. And then he won't get the credit for the win as well.
I'm a Volk guy too.
Volk is also needs to lose like 20 something pounds apparently in a week this week because that's how much heavier he is right now.
Wait, he's heavy?
Yeah, because he's like it's not like he was training.
Oh yeah, he's always training. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm like, in normal, like he's lighter. Like he's lighter.
Normal he's lighter, but like obviously he's just like chilling.
Yeah,
right?
obviously.
I don't know when
training.
he last fought against like the belt. Whoever
Was
it
that
was.
July or August?
Okay. Who knows? I thought maybe Gaethje would have filled in. That was my first thought, but because he ended Poirier pretty quick too, right? So
He did.
But I'm going Makhachev all decision, all unanimous, all the way.
Same. I'm a Volk guy. I'm going for Volk, but I just think this type of thing, 11-day training, 11-day notice for a guy like Makachev is too tough. It's like too tall of a task.
Assuming no retiring happens, there should be a trilogy fight.
Yeah, well, we don't know.
I saw a thing where Makachev could retire. So yeah.
Okay, but like at the end of the day, like I don't expect a third fight if Makachev destroys him.
I still expect a third fight after he fights Oliveira though. It might be like he'll fight Oliveira Gaethje, and then he fights him. Because I
don't see it. If he destroys him, if Volk makes it,
I still think it'll be a third fight. It's too big of a fight not to happen. It's the money fight still. Because everybody, think about it this way. Dana White follows what the fan says a lot.
That's true, yeah.
And it's not like boxing where it takes a million years.
Yeah.
Volk, if he does get destroyed, which I don't see him getting destroyed, but I feel like it will be just unanimous still, like 4-1 or whatever. If the fans are gonna say it was bullshit, he had 11-day notice, of course, because we saw how close the first fight was. We're to the point where people that Volk won it. There's gonna be a trilogy fight. If the first fight was unanimous clear, then I agree with you. Because the first fight, people were saying that Volk got robbed. I disagree with you. That there will be a trilogy fight at some point, assuming no one retires.
Yeah, I mean it's tough. It's tough to see. Depending, but if you're looking at like logic base wise, technically Makachev would be 2-0.
Yeah, true.
Well, yeah.
But I there's gonna be like we saw Moreno Figueiredo 4 times.
Yeah, I know.
And we saw
it's
Holloway
UFC.
Volk.
It's UFC, so. But I'm just saying, like, if you're just looking at numbers wise, 2-0, and that's why. But like, I'm not gonna. I'm just
listen, as a Volk fan, if he does get destroyed, you want to see a trilogy.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna be surprised.
Yeah,
but like, I'm not gonna be like flabbergasted, but I'll be a little bit like okay.
I think Volk will get it. Sorry, not Volk, unless Volk wins. Makachev, assuming he wins, will get Oliveira for sure. And the winner of that will probably get Gaethje or a rematch if Makachev loses, and then Volk will come back into the picture. That's how I predict.
Yeah, that could happen.
Next big news, which is kind of like surprising. I guess not really because they've been adding this.
What?
The Olympics.
Oh, okay, yeah, Olympics.
They added few sports.
6 for that.
So 2028, not 2024. So 2024 Olympics I think it's in LA, if I'm not mistaken.
So first of all, before we go to 2020 Tokyo Olympics, which happened in 2021.
Yeah.
In 2016 there was baseball. 2020 they got rid of baseball, I think, or I don't know where that. Or is it 2020 they had baseball, or 2024 they're getting rid of baseball? I think it might be that.
Yeah.
But baseball is gonna come back in 2028.
Okay, yeah.
But because baseball was there like recently.
Yeah, I think boxing's out still. I think that was the day. They were saying breakdancing was supposed to come in.
But yeah, flag football.
Baseball / softball. Softball was there because Canada came bronze.
So I think that might have been in the Tokyo one.
Yeah, Canada won bronze, I believe, in baseball.
So it was in 2020.
Yeah.
It's not in 2024.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be back in 2028.
Cricket.
That's
T20.
what it is.
T20 cricket.
T20, yeah, 20.
And lacrosse sixes returned to the program. I never knew cricket was.
Cricket has to be T20.
No, obviously, but I'm saying I never knew cricket
yeah.
was an Olympic sport. Is what I'm trying to say. Apparently, Virat Kohli is part of the committee somehow.
Oh yes.
So yeah, while flag football and squash will make their debut in LA, following a ratified vote of the IOC, flag football, Tyreek Hill and Patrick Mahomes said I think it was Patrick Mahomes. I might be mistaken, but no, I think it was a defensive guy. Micah, I think it was Micah, saying that they want to play. I mean, it's a summer. You're not tackling anybody.
Yeah,
it's only going to be muscle injuries.
I don't see any issues.
So, okay, I'm confused.
I don't see it being a big issue.
But who's going to be good outside of the U.S.? Who's going to be really good at it?
Canada.
They're not touching the U.S.
Nobody's touching U.S.
So, like, what? How? Like, does England play flag football?
I don't know. Maybe
rugby. Are they gonna think it's rugby?
Rugby. They actually might start tackling.
Like,
I don't know. I don't know.
I generally don't get it.
Outside of America, I don't know. I'll be honest with you.
So like what? Like, if you consider Team Canada 7v7s, what? It's gonna be. We don't have a Nathan Rourke. Chase
Claypool, Javon Holland, Benjamin St. Just. And,
I don't know who that is. I'll be honest with you.
He's a Washington corner.
Okay, I think I heard it. Yeah.
Yeah, and then probably missing a couple.
Chuba Hubbard. Is that?
Yeah, we're cooked. We're cooked.
I don't know how it's gonna work.
Everyone's cooked. Not even just us. Everyone is.
And then listen, you just get Tyreek to hold the ball. He's gonna run everybody. That's it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So those are the ones
that
are
all the
added.
sports. Yeah.
I was asked. There was a question because I was saying that like, is India gonna play their top guys? And here's the thing: for 3v3 basketball, I think I don't know who I was. I think it was in the radios, the 650. They're like, okay, when you play 3v3 basketball, why can't the Americans just take players who got rejected by the Olympic team? So like for example, let's just say
Jaylen Brown doesn't make it.
Yeah, like Jaylen Brown, Kawhi Leonard.
They just don't make it.
They're probably like, yeah, what the hell? What's the point of that? But like maybe not even dumb. Like Kyle Kuzma.
Yeah.
Tyrese Halliburton.
They can't do that, right? It's like there's nothing wrong with that.
I don't think so.
Huh?
I don't think so.
I don't think they can. Like they're easy dubs. They're easy dubs.
They can do it. That's what I'm saying.
Huh?
I think they should be able to.
I think they're allowed.
Yeah.
Like I don't think
like I'm down for it. Like remember when I think Canada had a 3v3 basketball? They were not in the other Olympics, right? So imagine if we sent like Shea, Wiggins, and Andrew.
Like a Linnick or someone.
A Linnick or someone.
Yeah.
Like that would have been fine. It would have been hilarious.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying just these guys. Like Cameroon could have sent at the time Joel
Embiid,
Siakam, and whoever their guard was.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But I mean, like
the flag football is a head scratcher. I don't know who's gonna be good at it.
Like I don't mind seeing it, but I just don't see competition. That's the issue.
Yeah.
That's all for the Olympics.
Yeah. I'm missing anything.
So yeah, new sports for the LA Olympics, Paris Olympics happening.
Okay, so boxing is on holds again, which is weird. But
okay.
I think that's an Olympic sport. It has to be
there. Paris Olympics happening 2024. LeBron and Curry and KD and basketball will be a fun watch.
Canada's in there. Women's soccer.
Women's soccer's in there.
Andre DeGrasse in the running for us Canadians.
Swimming's actually actually lit.
Swimming for us, yeah.
Yeah.
I love watching like the quick sports. I'm not gonna like I remember waking up to watch Andre DeGrasse ran for like 20 seconds and go back to sleep.
Yeah.
Because I had to.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Right? Like you don't have to watch like, a freaking 90-minute game or like Man United disappoint you or something.
Yeah.
You're just like 20 seconds, he wins. He doesn't. Whatever.
Yeah. All right, WNBA Finals have come to a close. And Las Vegas Aces won. So 3-1.
Was it first ever back-to-back champs?
First ever back-to-back champions in 20 plus years. I think it was 2001 and 02 season, something like that. Asia Wilson MVP for it. I believe Chelsea Gray won it last year, so I'm not sure if she's a back-to-back.
70-69 game.
It was a fun game. Great ending. Watched the last 5 minutes, but it was very disappointing on the Liberty.
I have an issue with Jonquel Jones and Brianna Stewart.
Asia Wilson's the best player in the WNBA, I told you.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, I guess right now, currently, you got to give it to her because a 3 for 17, your best player, the MVP of the league, it's not good. It's genuinely not good.
This is why it's disappointing, right? Chelsea Gray injured. She was on crutches. She's your floor general. She's your leader on the court. Right? Probably the best point guard in the league.
Yeah.
And your starting center. I don't know who she is. No disrespect. But still your starter at the end of the day. Asia Wilson primarily had to guard Jonquel Jones, which is the reason why she had 6 points. And out-rebounded her, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Asia Wilson had 24 and 16.
And how much did Jonquel Jones have?
Jonquel Jones had 6 and 11.
So she out-rebounded the center.
Yeah.
Who's supposed to be the best center in the league.
He's the best center in the league. She is.
So, Asia Wilson, defensive anchor, reason why she's depoy.
I mean, I'll give her credit.
She's a Hall of Famer. Obviously, she retires right now. She's an Olympic champion. She's a college champion. She's been to 4 finals, won 2 now. 2-time MVP. Yeah, this is why she's the best. I think she's the best two-way player for sure in the league.
Yeah, I mean, I give it to her. Like, she outperformed everyone on the Liberty.
Obviously, now that makes Kelsey, Darren Waller was there, obviously. Kelsey Plum.
It's in New York, right? It was in New York. The game was in New York
Jersey,
as well.
I think.
Yeah, it was in the Barclays.
Yeah.
Brooklyn's home.
Brooklyn, sorry. But, what was I going to say? Liz Cambage is probably like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Candace Parker got her 3rd now. She won with the Sky.
She didn't play today.
She didn't play in this one, but she was hurt, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, Liberty are going to bounce back next year. Because, like, you have a lineup of Courtney Vandersloot, who's essentially like the Chris Paul of the league.
Yeah. Ionescu, one of the young stars.
Ionescu, Jonquel, and Brianna Stewart. And Brianna Stewart is top 2, however you want to argue it.
Yeah, it's top 2.
They're literally like the Phoenix Suns, the Boston Celtics, in my opinion. And then the other guys are more of the Phoenix Sun vibe. But yeah, I think next year they should win.
It's probably
but
a
we'll see.
rematch.
Yeah, unless like someone else steps up crazy.
It should be a rematch. Yeah.
This is the year of Paige and
Yeah, Paige.
so who knows? Man? These girls could go
Paige
whether it be
Beckers.
Indy, Dallas, wherever they go. Not Connecticut, but
Yeah.
Washington, whoever.
Seattle.
Yeah, Seattle struggle. LA
So yeah,
struggle.
Paige Becker's gonna be drafted. Should be drafted. Caitlin Clark should be drafted.
I think Angel Reese.
Angel Reese should be drafted.
Haley Van Lith.
Haley Van Lith.
Cameron Brink, I think is her name from Stanford.
Cameron Brink from Stanford and
Aaliyah Edwards.
Yeah, Leah Edwards,
So,
the Canadian.
by the
Yeah.
way. So I'm excited for this year's
Madness.
Yeah,
I
college
mean,
basketball is about to
hey,
start.
I mean, to be fair, I feel like a lot of people agree with it. Yes, obviously WNBA. You know, some people don't like it or whatever. Yeah.
The playoffs have been good.
But the Madness, both the tournaments are insane, and I personally
and
enjoy.
This past year, the woman carried Caitlin Clark again.
I personally enjoy the Women's March Madness more than the WNBA because I like that. You know,
listen, I couldn't tune in.
I like that single elimination.
I couldn't tune into the much of the WNBA this year because of timing wise, but I'm glad I caught the end of this game because end of the games weren't close for me to like stay in tune. Right? And so I'd rather watch like baseball at the time or football on whenever it was on. But no, there's like I do enjoy watching like these type of matchups for sure.
Yeah,
like,
and to be fair, this year WNBA it was over before it even began. Once all these
we knew like
it was me Vegas and
I think
Liberty.
Connecticut put up a fight by winning game 1. I think against, and then which is John Cole Jones' old team.
Yeah.
But looking forward to next year's finals.
It's the same. It should be the same finals.
Unless, like I said, one of these rookies goes off.
But no, it's the same finals. Doesn't matter. It's too much. It'll be too much.
Okay.
NBA.
Let's lead that to the NBA. Off the bat, trade happened, but this one is like meh because some of you guys will remember that I had a little rant about Kevin Porter Jr. / every other young athlete that becomes an idiot. And well, we finally got an answer to what happened on that. Kevin Porter Jr. got traded with the 2 seconds for Victor I'll pull up the trade. I think it was Victor Oladipo and Jeremiah Robinson Earl.
Victor Oladipo's back as a Rocket.
He's back as a Rocket, so he'll probably end up being a Heat again.
Yeah, probably,
because they need someone, right? At this
they
point.
could use him, right?
I don't know. He's injured though, I think. So
Yeah, he got hurt last year with the Heat.
Yeah, so there's one. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you this. I saw something on social media, Twitter.
Yeah.
And they were saying that there's always a price for benefit yourself, even though it's not morally correct. So for you, now we'll talk about the Thunder in a second. The Thunder receiving 2 second rounders, do you think they should have been like Houston should have just been able to waive them right away? Like, why did Houston keep them just to trade purposes to benefit themselves and whoever else?
I thought he should have been waived. Yeah.
It should have been waived immediately, right?
Yeah, like something for that.
So
Something
there's
like
always
that.
a price. That's
yeah,
what they were
for something
saying.
like that. Like at the end of the day, they're gonna do what's best for business, type of thing, right? Like they're gonna put that mentality first.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not surprised the trade happened.
Yeah, but I think I agree with that though.
But
I think
like,
it's kind of messed up. Like you expect someone to waive him right away, right?
Yeah.
So in this case, the Thunder are waiving KPJ. He's out of the league officially. I don't think he gets another chance. Maybe 5 years down the line, he might get some weird opportunity.
Yeah.
But that's about it. Thunder got a 2027 second round pick and a 2028 second round pick, courtesy of Minnesota and Milwaukee.
They got more picks.
So, and then Rockets got Oladipo, trade bait, Jeremiah Robinson Earl to go with that young squad. Victor Oladipo, another vet with Fred VanVleet, and Dylan Brooks, who's a once upon a time MIP, All-Star, and like a defensive.
It's just injuries.
Defensive guard as well.
Injuries really mess with them.
My question to you, by the way, I think I don't know how true. I'm not gonna go into it with this girlfriend saying that he did not hit her. Well, I'm not gonna
don't get into that, right? Like,
but you guys can Google that situation. Any updates
we're here,
on that?
We're here to
Our rant
talk,
has happened a while ago.
Strictly talk sports.
Yeah, but we have to bring certain issues.
Yeah, but we already talked about this, so yeah.
Yeah. Here's the thing: the Thunder gotta do a move now.
They're set up, right?
If Joel Embiid's available, go get him. You're set on picks. You have young guys.
I don't see anything happening at this moment.
Not at this moment, obviously.
But yeah, no, you gotta
make a move for a superstar that wants out, all-star, mid superstar caliber players, and preferably either a big that could I could see Chet playing the 4 and Embiid will be a perfect fit for that, or just get a 3 and I love Lou Dort, but you might have to move on from him. He has to be part of a trade
for me.
Because I could see Chet playing the center anyways.
is the only untradeable piece Shea?
Yes. And Chet.
So anyone?
Shea and Chet.
Shea and Chet?
Yeah.
Not even Giddy?
Giddy could be tradable. If
Okay.
it's Joel Embiid, Giddy could be tradable.
So like you're like, okay, screw it, like, you know, because you have the picks to like make up for it. But like
yeah.
some people be like, I don't want picks, I want your developed talent right now.
If it's Paul George, for example, up for trade,
That could be
that's
strictly
debatable.
picks. I think that could be strictly picks.
That could be strictly picks because then you're literally giving the picks back to the
Yeah.
But like I don't mind them going after a Paul George type player. I think there'll be a playoff team, not a championship team. But if you could get a guy like Embiid who's unhappy, do it. Right? The Knicks and the Thunder could do it, and
Shea's elevating.
Yeah.
Like,
so you don't want to keep Shea there for no reason, and you have hoard all these picks and what? You guess what? You draft all these guys. Are you gonna be able to sign even draft free agent money? Like think about it. The Colts got rid of Darius Rush.
You can't keep all of them. Yeah, you can't keep all
draft
of them.
like the amount of you draft 5 people in a draft. You have to sign all of them.
Yeah.
So it's not like you just draft them and and then we're good.
Colts just waived Darius Rush. That was a contract issue.
No, that wasn't a contract. It was a spot.
Yeah.
You still like NBA has 12 spots.
Yeah, that's true.
So
but yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking at
G League
OKC.
G League helps with that as well.
Huh?
G League helps as well.
True, but like the goal is NBA.
Yeah,
and,
no,
listen,
but I'm just saying, like, you know,
Giddy
NFL doesn't have a.
Giddy isn't
But
untouchable.
my point is NFL doesn't have that.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Giddy isn't practice squad, I guess, but Giddy isn't untouchable. But he's depending on the player, he could be untouchable. Depending on the player.
Yeah.
Like for Paul George, I could try to make it happen without it.
You could make that happen without
Because
it.
at the end of the day, to get Paul George, they did get rid of Shea at the time.
Yeah.
And at that point, Giddy is that version of
Yeah,
Shea.
yeah.
So, yeah. That's something we'll talk about Tuesday.
Yeah, we'll see what happens this year as well. Like how.
Like if Siakam's available, I'm giving up Giddy.
Yeah,
And you would probably love Giddy as a point guard as well.
Yeah.
So,
But I'm just trying to say is like, just I feel like, you know, to see what happens this year. Some people might just take jumps into superstardom, aka Shea. But some people.
If Shea does it this year, then yeah, I won't be able to. I need to see maybe him do well in the playoffs for me to actually call him a superstar.
Yeah.
So he needs to be.
He
in
could
the
take
playoffs
that jump. Yeah.
and then take a jump in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Right. Then he could be on that Tatum-esque, current Tatum-esque.
Yeah.
If Jimmy Butler.
If he could do that, right, they could possibly win without getting a superstar. But if he doesn't,
depending
do that,
on how Chet does.
depending on the sporting cast. But if Shea could do that, they could potentially
their
win
team
without
currently, if they develop fine, and if Giddy takes a step, and then you have, I
Chet.
still think they need like actual vet piece at the playoffs. But yeah, we'll talk about more Tuesday about trade targets.
James Harden missed practice. I missed practice.
He's at Houston.
No.
Yeah, you and James Harden are very similar.
Me and James Harden are very similar.
One guy plays Beer League Division 1 and 7v7 on the weekends. The other guy is actually in the NBA being a little diva, but yeah.
Yeah. I had reason.
Nothing.
I don't know. I don't think he had reason. I had reason.
Yeah, because he's literally contracted.
Huh?
He is contracted in
Yeah,
general.
I had reason.
That's his job. But yeah, I mean, this is, I guess, the drama he's saying. They're saying that he's going to cause until he becomes a Clipper. And people are saying that the Clipper move could happen as soon as it could.
Yeah.
But the minute Malcolm Brogdon becomes a Clipper, then I don't know what's happening.
Oh, it's not happening.
So, yeah, James Harden missed practice, so the issues have started.
No surprise at all.
Yeah.
And yeah.
The next thing I have is I put Joel Embiid's name on the board there. And the reason is this. He signed a shoe deal. Did you see this?
I didn't see it.
If you were to take a guess, what shoe deal did he sign?
Like which
He's
company?
the face of it, yeah.
Which company?
Yeah.
New Balance?
No.
Nike?
No.
Adidas?
No.
Reebok?
No. Oh, Reebok Shaq signed Angel Reese.
Oh, okay. And then
for the Reebok spot.
what are some like next Skechers?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, Skechers.
Deadass.
Yeah.
Because, okay. So the reason why I'm saying it's funny to see that we're not shoe heads or anything like that, right?
Yeah.
Like when it comes to basketball, though, people become sneakerheads because basketball is a big thing, right?
Yeah.
And like Nike, obviously the Jordan brand,
Like Steph made Under Armour.
Steph, yeah. So it's like that vibe. Kawhi went to New Balance. Everybody's
Kawhi
like,
went
what
to
the
New
hell?
Balance, right?
It was such a Kawhi
But, like,
thing to do.
You want to be I guess I could see you want to be your own lead, right?
So, I mean, but it's funny because like Under Armour is still a big brand for Steph to do.
Yeah.
And New Balance at the
It's
time,
still
New Balance
decent.
isn't a basketball brand, but
It's
Kawhi
still-
made it into a basketball
yeah,
brand,
yeah.
and more people joined, and now it's elevated, right? Skechers is hilarious because it's advertised as this comfortable shoe you
Yeah,
just
yeah.
go for walks in or
Yeah.
daily work or office, whatever you do, right? He ain't the only one. He's a big guy. He's the superstar that's doing it. So it's just funny. But hey, if you get a guy like him, you could elevate for sure.
Yeah,
right? We've seen
100%.
it. We've watched Air, and we saw how
MVP.
We saw how Nike did with Jordan.
Yeah, MVP.
And
Player. You have an
the
MVP
other guy
player.
is Terrence Mann, and there was a bigger name. I'll double check. But yeah,
Skechers taking a jump, yo.
Skechers are taking a jump.
I want to see a Skechers NBA basketball shoe.
Because like New Balance was still fine. I could
Yeah,
see
I
it.
could, like,
Skechers.
see-
I can't. They did.
I can't see a Skechers NBA shoe. I could see a New Balance NBA shoe. I could see an Under Armour
they did drop
NBA
a,
shoe.
They did drop a picture, but yeah.
That's weird. That is definitely
Julius
weird.
Randle.
Julius Randle?
Yeah, so that's still an all-star player in New York. So
Bro, out of nowhere, some like new star coming up might just get like those Vessi. Right? Those
Yeah.
waterproof shoes.
Vessi.
Vessi.
but yeah, so I just wanted to bring that up because that was interesting, right?
Yeah, that's-
Skechers is making its name into the basketball
Yeah, yeah.
world. And in 20 years' time, it could be like Skechers versus New Balance movie.
Exactly,
coming up.
right?
But last thing, NBA All-Star might go back to the East-West.
Yeah.
I would prefer, if they are going to make the switch, go World versus America.
USA, yeah.
And make it make it some type of incentive for them to try.
Yeah.
Because I still love the draft. I wish they could keep the draft, but I guess it got stagnant. But yeah, but I would love to see World versus US.
Do you think
if they are gonna change
do you think
it.
all the All-Star games should be like, okay, winner gets home advantage in the finals?
No,
I
don't know.
because it's supposed to be a break, right? Like,
But here's the thing: like, you're fighting for someone else's home court advantage too. Like, why the hell? What incentive did Shea have last year? Really?
yeah, no, but I'm just trying to say like, because that's
It should be charity money.
yeah, I know that, but I'm just saying like if they really want something, that's the only thing you could really play for,
Yeah.
where the players will actually care.
I don't know. I mean, NHL does a shit job. NBA did decent with the
but
draft.
at the end, but only reason I'm against it is like it's technically All-Star break. You're not really having a break.
Yeah. Well, NBA, I like the playground style.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're gonna go back to that but go back to all East-West, but with the playground style.
Yeah.
But I would love to see World versus US if they're gonna switch it.
Yeah, that could be a good
To
format
show
as
who's
well.
who is actually the world champ.
Who's the world champ? Yeah.
All right, let's close it out. NHL.
Canucks made a trade.
Stick with the draft first.
Okay, we'll stick with the draft.
Draft changes. Sorry, I was gonna say changes to the league, but
Yeah.
that was All-Star changes. This is draft changes.
Yeah.
The change is they might take the NBA and the NFL approach, and not everybody travels to a location and 30 people go on stage to introduce.
Oh yeah,
To
thank
make
you.
the view.
Yeah.
It's not. It should be 2025. So I don't know why it takes that long to implement.
Yeah,
it, but, yeah. So they're thinking of doing the what's the boardroom, whatever it's called.
The War Room.
War room.
Yeah.
But like I said, even like I don't mind them in person because people are saying, and I agree with it. They do enjoy seeing GM going to another person, GM's table and talking, and people are speculating, and all they could be talking about, hi, how are you? You want to go golfing? Like, But everybody's gonna think, oh my god, they're talking traders. JT Miller getting traded, blah blah blah, right? At the time, JT Miller, but is Speedy getting traded?
It's like the 5-minute walk of the GM.
Yeah, it's just the walk, and then like Montreal had 2 picks, right? Remember?
Yeah.
So it's like,
And then you have another
back up again,
and then you have another
It
5.
should just be like Gary Bettman announcing.
Yeah.
You could still be there. Maybe okay, fine. The GM could go up. That's it.
Yeah, no, but like the thing is this.
Even then, I don't think the GM needs to go
Yeah,
up.
the thing is you have 5 minutes of the GM and the whole staff going up there.
Yeah.
You have another 5 minutes of players going up
And
there.
then 5 minutes of thank you, blah 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 city.
Like
for
you have
having
10 minutes per pick.
Yeah, thank you, blah 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 city for having us.
And then plus
the congratulations, blah 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 for winning
yeah,
the Stanley Cup.
and not even that, and then plus the 5 minutes for the wait time as well.
Yeah.
That's like 15 minutes a pick.
I do agree because
You
they
get
have to
4
like, get
picks,
everything lined up.
4 picks an hour.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Like what do you expect from
So
that?
fix that. That's it. Just they could be in person. I don't care if they're in person. Not everybody needs to be on stage. Just let the commissioner announce it, and then let the player come to your table.
Okay, yeah. That'll be the issue of like the
No, like if they are in person, just like Gary Bettman's like Tom Willander, your Canucks draft Tom Willander, right?
yeah.
Then Willander just goes to the Canucks table.
Yeah, but that doesn't have to be shown. Like,
Wait, it doesn't have to be shown.
Yeah.
I don't care about that.
Yeah.
I'm saying like
You know,
it could be
handshake-
shown because
handshake the
they're
commissioner.
still gonna be
Then
waiting.
for that reason, then I would rather have the GM go up there then. But just a GM.
He has to meet the whole staff.
Yeah, so then just don't have that.
Okay, then
Sure. That's stupid.
Don't
Then.
come in person then.
Huh? Then there's
He's
no
gonna
point
end
coming
up
in person.
He has to meet the team anyways.
Yeah, so then there's no point of coming in person.
Yeah.
Then there's no point of being in
people
person.
like in person because of the whole.
Yeah, so
GM
there's
talk.
no point of showing that. Like, yeah, he goes upstage.
No, you don't. No, the reason why they'll show it is because they have to.
Yeah, no, but like,
Time.
don't waste time on it. That's
Yeah,
what I'm trying to
that's what I'm
say.
saying.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
like,
saying.
there's no point of wasting time on that.
Exactly.
Because like that's just like everyone meets the team.
Just like a quick replay.
Yeah,
after
everyone's
is
got to meet the
fine.
team, right?
Yeah. Okay. Canucks made a trade. Or do you want to close off on the Canucks because we have one more thing in between?
Yeah, just
Very sad news with Kirby Dach.
and the Montreal Canadiens.
I was fighting for them to be a D tier team, and now with this injury, they're probably a F tier team.
Yeah, he's a good piece, good player to have.
Tore ACL or he tore a bunch of shit.
Yeah, he tore ACL is one of them.
I think meniscus.
Meniscus as well. He's out for the year, and it's a big injury, bad injury. Obviously, a lot of people experience this, and yeah, just wishing him best, speedy, good recovery, and hopefully
Do what Aaron Rodgers did.
okay. Just
But no,
think
like,
the-
obviously
the Jets have a
mentally-
chance. Montreal has no chance. But yeah, just speedy recovery, and hopefully you can see him back next year.
Yeah. By the way, you know the Jets are barely getting like 11,000 to 13,000 people on ice, fans to show up.
Actually,
Yeah.
it was Winnipeg.
Yeah, but still,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
still a hockey city.
I mean, I guess they're just fed up with their team.
The team's fine.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
thing.
Who knows?
It's
Who knows?
different.
They're fed up with mediocrity.
All right, Canucks minor trade. Let's just end it off there. It is
Ratbone is gone.
surprise. They made a trade with Pittsburgh.
Ratbone is gone.
Yeah, that's the one I want to talk about the most. But
Yeah.
by most I mean like a couple minutes. Overall trade. Let me just pull it up. They acquired a right shot demon, which they kind of need because they lost 2-0 to Philly, and Tyler Myers had a dreadful game. Doa
Terrible
Johnson had a
fashion.
dreadful game. And
Terrible
Philip
fashion.
Hronek is partnered with Quinn Hughes.
After that's no one.
After that's no one. It's Ty Glover, minor leaguer. Mark Friedman, depth defenseman. To Pittsburgh for Jack Rathbone and Carol Plasek, minor leaguer. Jack
Yeah.
Rathbone. Overall, Canucks, yeah, you know what? Depth piece. We might still get Ethan Bear after he's recovered and just sign him. So I don't know what's happening. But I really wish to work for Rathbone. It's like I hope he does well in Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
and
that's
he
true.
has an opportunity in NHL. He's like Quinn Hughes, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
he ain't Quinn Hughes' talent. He's a 5th round pick, and people thought he had a steal. His skating is NHL ready. He went to Harvard, I believe.
Yeah.
And he has a shot.
He had good moments.
He had
as
moments,
well.
but his decision making on the defensive end, especially, is what ruined him. And forgot what his name was. Dollywall made a good point that this now the third head coach that did not want him.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah, right.
Green,
He just couldn't
Boudreaux, and now.
crack it, right?
And if you can't crack Boudreaux, you probably ain't
Yeah, he couldn't crack into the
Tocchet.
lineup.
So
he had good moments in Abbotsford. I think he got injured.
yeah, he had some injury issues, but yeah,
As well.
I was hoping it worked with him because he would have been a solid 3D.
It's like
the left shot.
you saw the potential. Like you see
Yeah.
the potential with him, but it just sometimes it doesn't work out, right?
Yeah, I hope the best. Maybe in the future comes back somehow, but I doubt
Yeah.
that will happen.
But if Tyler Mott's not coming
You're
back,
going with Chris.
if Mott's not coming back, he's not coming back.
Well, he's younger. That's a difference.
I don't care. Mott's a goal.
Chris Letang. Well, Mott's also injured now for 4 to 6 weeks, I think. Chris, who
Oh,
we're
man,
playing,
he needs the
who we are
Canucks.
playing today when this comes out today.
Yeah,
Chris Letang, he'll mentor him eventually if he makes the NHL.
yeah.
Eric Carlson.
Well, a lot of vet pieces there as well.
So defensively, I'm talking about. but
Good defensive players, unlike Tyler Myers.
yeah,
Yeah. Speaking
Right.
of the game, as well,
very quickly.
I was like, okay, when I saw the schedule, I was like Edmonton, Philly,
Trap
Tampa, and Florida.
definition
I was
of
like-
trap game.
I was like, it's probably gonna be like, I expected probably 2 wins max, right? 2 and 3. Let's just say, maybe you could steal one at Edmonton. Hard to be a team back to back, right?
Yeah,
And Philly will probably be the other guaranteed win. You started off 2-0.
yeah.
You lose to Philly, and now you're kind of in your tough spot now.
It's like you look at the like on a spectrum. You had on the high end of the spectrum was the 8-1,
Yeah,
and everybody's like, there's one game I ain't gonna happen. And then you have a performance wise, you had a downer, but you won the game. the second game.
It was like
You fought back when you were down.
Yeah.
Adversity struck. You came back.
So
right?
8-1 was like the
High
you're dominant. Like you deserve to win.
Yeah,
The
everybody knew that wasn't
In
realistic.
the 4-3, you're like, okay, you know, it's kind of like
More realistic.
counter attack type thing,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. But
And then
like,
this is like low of the low, right? And
got
I don't
destroyed.
think this is realistic either. But it's just like I don't know, like outside of Demko, who played like God.
bro, like genuinely, like I don't think he could have done anything.
Yeah.
The only thing Demko could have done was score,
The only thing Demko
and he
could
can't
have-
do that.
No, it's like the only thing Demko could have done was why allow 2 goals, right? And I'm not
and score.
and that's not on him.
And score.
I'm saying that's not on him.
And score.
But yeah,
Demko can't score goals for you guys.
Yes.
Demko can't defend for you guys. He could only save pucks, and he's not supposed to save those shots.
okay. And then on top of that, the reffing in general. I'm not saying the Canucks lost because of reffing. Not
Oh no,
saying that at all.
100%. Yeah.
3 shots in the second period is dreadful, but that ain't a penalty shot, bro. I don't care what anybody says.
Penalty shot.
The goal hitter interference that made it 2-1.
It was 50-50.
That was 50-50. Fine, you go against it. But if it was allowed, that could have been the momentum changer and probably could have won the game on a comeback.
Yeah.
But for the most part, no one showed up. The top guys didn't show up.
Everybody in that locker room needs to go to Demko and touch his feet and apologize.
Yeah.
That's how bad they played.
And then very quickly, Connor and Garland trades are kind of heating up, but nothing imminent.
Yeah.
So we'll see with that. Overall, NHL, very quickly, you're Seattle.
Disappointing. Very disappointing.
So far, I'm right so far.
Yeah.
Very early.
I've been wrong a lot.
Yeah.
all these
except for
preseason.
this Monday Night Football. But yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I'm in trouble like in like my preseason predictions. The only one I probably have, which was not off camera before we started, was Phillies.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
Rams.
I'll back you up on that. You did have Phillies before the season even
Yeah,
started.
yeah.
So the minute Trey Turner signed, essentially.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what it needed, a shortstop. But
Yeah.
yeah,
That's pretty much it from us.
Seattle. My fantasy team's looking dreadful. Already 0-1, and it's been depressing days lately for me.
All right. That's pretty much it. Like we said, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Next episode will be out Sunday, but we have a bonus one coming on Tuesday. Check out all their guest videos, especially the latest with Amr.
Sunday,
No, we have Monday.
Monday, yeah,
Monday is we record Sunday.
yeah.
Monday and then Tuesday we'll have a bonus episode, which is the fully NBA episode. NBA tier list out this weekend as well.
Saturday.
So, yeah, we're most likely Saturday.
I guarantee it.
Okay. Charles Barkley,
Charles Barkley guarantee.
which is not looking good, guys. So we'll see it Sunday. But yeah, no. Hopefully Saturday. If not Sunday, should be this weekend. And follow all our socials. Linked down below. Linked everywhere on our socials as well. And yeah, other than that, we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Peace.